It's like my soul thrives in your light. But how I wish you'd be here with me all year around. Ramadan, 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 ya Habib. Ramadan, Ramadan, ليتك دوما قريب. Love is everywhere. So much peace fills up the air. Ramadan, month of the Quran. I feel it inside me, strengthen my iman. But how I wish you'd be here with me all year around. Ramadan, 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 ya Habib. Ramadan, Ramadan, ليتك دوما قريب. I just love the way you make me feel. Every time you come around, you breathe life into my soul. And I promise that I'll try throughout the year to keep your spirit alive. In my heart it never dies. Oh, Ramadan, 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 ya Habib. Ramadan, Ramadan, ليتك دوما قريب. Ramadan, 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 ya Habib. Ramadan, Ramadan, ليتك دوما قريب.
Greetings from the heartland of the United States, Kansas City, the city of fountains, the city of oceans, oceans of love and generosity, oceans of love and compassion, oceans of mercy and hope. Kelly, and oceans of diversity and inclusion. This year, we have decided to include people from 28 different countries, 9 women speakers, 9 Black or African American kids, speakers, or families. Today, the host group is Project Sanctus. The family is joining from the Netherlands and Chicago, and live music by our friend Furkan Çakın, who is joining us from New Hampshire. The speaker, the keynote speaker, Dr. Melika Tamer from Dallas, Texas, and myself, Eyüp Esen, joining you from Kansas City with my buddy friend, Super MC Kelly, Reverend Kelly Isola. Kelly, the floor is yours.
Super MC, not just regular, but super MC. This is our last virtual iftar this year for the month of Ramadan. I'm really excited about it, but I also feel a little bit sad. So, because they're always really enjoy it, and something to look forward to next year. We do have, again, another wonderful evening for everybody with music, with the families, our keynote speaker. And this tonight, the host organization, the host group is actually an organization that I co-founded with Reverend Ogenholder, who you can see on screen. And we'll be back in a few minutes to tell you more about the Project Sanctus. But yeah, oceans of generosity, oceans. That's what I love about Ramadan. And from a very first Iftar night, when you talked about oceans, Ayub, not just fountains here in Kansas City, Missouri, but oceans. And that's what Ramadan has come to mean for me. That's ocean, everything you said. And just giving, oceans of community, oceans of connecting, oceans of just expanding how we be in the world, right? So before we launch into all the festivities of the evening, I want to tell you a little bit about the Dialogue Institute of Kansas City. There's three co-sponsors for all of these virtual iftars during Ramadan. There's the Dialogue Institute of Kansas City. There is Kansas City Raindrop Foundation and the the Dialogue Institute of Oklahoma City. And so those three organizations are the co-sponsors for these virtual iftars that we've been having. And on that note, I want to now dive in just a couple minutes to tell you about the Dialogue Institute of Kansas City. And the first thing I want to let you know is about this food drive, this project, Giving Ramadan project that's gone on for the month of Ramadan, started April 13th and will end on May 12th. With a big Eid celebration, and I'll let Ayub say more about that later. But there's two big activities that have gone on during Giving Ramadan. Actually more, but the two ones that you can participate in online. The first one is the Ramadan virtual food drive through Harvesters. And normally we know a food drive is people, we go to the grocery store, we buy groceries, we bring it to an organization, and the organization sends the food out and delivers food to families that are experiencing food scarcity. And but this year, because we're still kind of in a pandemic and wanting things to be safe and still easy, and for those to also to continue to help not spread COVID, we're doing a virtual food drive. So there's a link in the YouTube chat stream. So you're watching live on YouTube. Ayub will put in the chat stream the link for Harvesters. You just click on that link, you go there, and you kind of go down virtual food aisles and just purchase however much food you would like to, keeping in mind that $1 is a meal. So whatever you can contribute is very, very appreciative. The other big event during Giving Ramadan is the toy drive. Excuse me, it's a toy drive for kids that are in foster care through the organization called Cornerstones. Again, there's a link in the chat stream on YouTube there that you can click that, and it will actually take you to a wish list. So you read through the wish list and see what toy you would like to give to a child. Put a little smile on their face. The Dialogue Institute. Oh, hold on, sorry, my mistake. I forgot. We actually, since we've been doing this for a whole month, we have a few pictures about Giving Ramadan project. So just want to show you a quick video about that. Nope. Modern technology. So there has been a lot of food and water and toys and to just support our community, which is Ramadan is about community, and Ramadan is about giving, and Ramadan is about building bridges and taking care of each other. We do that all the time, and yet in Ramadan it's really we really focus on being our best selves. So the Dialogue Institute of Kansas City is what they do as one of the branch offices of the Dialogue Institute of the Southwest. Is all the work and the programs that they do is about respect and cooperation, bringing people together from different faiths and different cultures within the greater Kansas City area, creating opportunities and experiences that are meaningful, where we kind of share our lives. It's not just educating, but really deeper conversations. And the Dialogue Institute grew out of the need to answer the question, how can citizens of the world live in peace and harmony? It was established as a nonprofit, and participants in the Institute's activities are inspired by the teachings and the pioneering initiatives of the Turkish Muslim scholar, writer, educator, peacemaker, community bridge builder. He's a lot of things, Fethullah Gulen. And if you just Google his name, you will find that he is one of the top innovative thinkers in the world. And he's certainly not without, people think different things about him, but what we know is that underneath it all is Hizmet movement, which means service. So it's always about being in service. And the Dialogue Institute, as I said, does that in a lot of different ways. And one of the main ways they do that is through their annual Dialogue and Friendship Dinner, which we couldn't do this year because of COVID, but we did it last year virtually a little bit. And the Dialogue, this Friendship Dinner, again, is about building bridges and bringing people together, bringing organizations together, not just individuals, but and honoring organizations that are in alignment with the mission and the purpose of the Dialogue Institute. And it's an opportunity to network and to just expand who we know and to know each other even more. They offer the Dialogue Institute, that I imagine somewhere in the months to come, we'll be back to offering classes in a lot of different areas, like water marbling. It's really easy to make some beautiful patterns and pictures for yourself, for gifts. They have cooking classes. They'll come to you with coffee and baklava. They have brunch and have interfaith dialogue over brunch. You'll notice that a lot of activities circle around food, because food is one of those things that I think people around the world can absolutely come together on, break bread together, right? Dinner with host families, that's how I originally became involved with the Dialogue Institute. Ayup sent me a text that said, here, go to this address on Thursday night at 7:00. And I said, okay. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was introduced to a wonderful family. And then my whole world was opened even more. So when you can, get connected with the Dialogue Institute and take advantage of some of the host dinners, the family host dinners. They provide Thanksgiving dinners, blending Turkish and American culture. And of course, the Ramadan fast breaking dinners. So last year we did these iftars virtually. We're doing virtually again this year. But before that, we had probably in the 30 days of Ramadan, maybe 45 different iftars at police stations and churches and synagogues and universities, people's homes, just anywhere, retail establishments, just in order, again, to build these bridges and to just that being in service, that, how do we bring those oceans of love and bring those oceans of generosity and peace and harmony. So tonight's host organization, so I'm doing double duty here. So tonight's host organization I'm the co-founder of it, and my partner in crime is Reverend Ogenholder, you see there on screen, and it's Project Sanctus is what it's called. It's SANCTUS, and I'll put a link in the chat stream in a minute, but thanks for coming, Ogen.
Oh, my pleasure. It's an honor.
Yeah. So we, I want you to do some talking and talk about Project Sanctus, because I talk every iftar we do online, and I'll be talking the rest of the night. But so for those listening, say a little bit about our organization.
So we like to describe ourselves as a safe and brave online space for individuals to uncover, discover, and live their holiest selves. And when we say our holiest selves, what we're talking about is our most authentic self, our most authentic spiritual self, our most authentic divine self, the us of us that, you know, we know is there, but sometimes we have trouble bringing that out into the world. Maybe the world overwhelms us, but that's kind of the idea of it. And we have a lot of different ways we can do that. We have like Zoom gatherings, sort of like this one, where we can get into some real like intimate discussions. We do some live broadcasts where Kelly and I talk about all different kinds of subject matter on mostly on Instagram. We have a book club where we spend some time talking about how we as people can do our work to shift the systemic racism and discriminations that happen in our country, realizing that we all have a part to play in it. So we have some discussions around that. What am I missing? We do workshops.
Yeah.
In fact, we got a workshop starting this Tuesday. So these are all the different elements that come about, and Project Sanctus was really this idea of, you know, after being in the pandemic for a year, you know, for a lot of us, it helped us get clear about the life we were living pre-pandemic and the adjustments we had to make in order to live the pandemic life. Sort of made us realize that there were elements of the pre-pandemic life we were ready to let go of and step into a more authentic version of ourselves and get more in alignment with who we really are and how we want to show up in the world. So Kelly and I were talking about that, and all of a sudden one thing led to another, and here we are, co-founders of this online space that you can connect to wherever you are in the world.
Yeah.
So, you know, as she shared the website projectsanctus.com, or if you're on Instagram, follow us at Get Our Holy On, because that's our tagline. Our tagline is let's get our holy on, right? So let's make a commitment to uncover what it means to live our holiest self, and let's do it together.
You know, the other night, a few nights ago, the keynote speaker was, you know, we have a keynote speaker for these events, and she was talking, you know, her 10, 12 minutes about Ramadan, but each keynote speaker is a little bit different because it's from their experience and their lens. But at one point she said, she made the statement about living our God consciousness. And I thought,
Ooh.
oh, yes,
Yeah.
let's get our holy on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
however,
It's our God self, and that word God, I mean, it comes with a lot of baggage, right?
yes, yeah.
You know, but this idea of holy, and when you look at the word holy, it kind of almost speaks to a uniqueness, right? That we're each consecrated, set apart, unique. That's really what holiness speaks to, and the best thing we can do for ourselves in the world is to live that unabashedly, fully. So we're here to help us all do it. And that includes Kelly and myself, because we haven't perfected this yet.
No.
I know usually you look to the gurus to tell you what to do.
No.
We're not the gurus. We are in the trenches with you. That's why it's let's get our holy on. We're not telling you to get your holy on. We're inviting you to join us as we all get our holy on.
Yep. Which is what, for me, that's what the month of Ramadan is about. I'm not a practicing Muslim, but that's how I experience it. So thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. We're gonna move on to we're gonna have some music. Yeah, we have some live music from Furkan, and he's originally from Turkey, but he's joining us from Manchester, New Hampshire. So welcome.
Hello. Hi, Kelly. Hi, everybody.
I'm turning the spotlight over to you.
Sure. Okay. So it's been a pleasure to join you guys. I know this is our last Ramadan Iftar dinner. I'm a little bit sad about it, but my friends here are really mad at me because they're like, "Oh, you're not even coming to us and playing music and doing Ramadan Iftar dinners with us together, but you're going to Kansas City." And I'm just like, I can't say no to Ayub. He's one of my best friends. So this is my third time joining you guys, and thank you so much for having me again. Today I'm going to play a little bit different song than before what I played. So when I moved to this country first in 2017, I just want to give you the story a little bit real quick. So I hear this song all the time. It's just, I just hear West Virginia. I just like, I need to play this song, you know. And I was playing a guitar that time. I was already like playing 10 years when I came here. But So I realized this song, and I'm like, I have to play the song. So I wanted to play that song. That song will always remind me of America. So here we go. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, grooving like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place, and I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. All my memories gather around her, my nurse lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. I miss the taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home to the place, and I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. Country road. Thank you.
Thank you. That was, I don't think you could tell, but there was somebody peeking through the window taking a picture of you.
Oh, really?
Over your shoulder through the glass door. Yeah.
I couldn't tell. That's
So,
funny.
that was wonderful. Thank you. I didn't know.
Thank you
what
so
were gonna
much.
say.
Appreciate it. Thank you,
You are
everybody.
very welcome. We're going to hear from our keynote speaker now, Dr. Malike Tamer. She's a board certified pediatrician. Welcome. She's a mother and she's an advisory board member for the Dialogue Institute. She completed her training in pediatrics here in the Kansas City area, and she's currently living in Dallas, Texas. That's where she's calling in from. And she lives there with her husband and her 2-year-old daughter, because being a pediatrician isn't busy enough. Need a family. So welcome. It's good to see you again.
Thank you very much for the lovely introduction, Kelly. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen if that's okay.
Yep.
Is that working? All right, perfect. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming tonight. I am extremely excited to be here, and I'm very honored that you asked me to present tonight. Again, my name is Malike. I am currently living in Dallas. I'm working at a children's hospital. I just today learned that this was the last Iftar, so that I do have that pressure on my shoulders today. So first and foremost, Mother's Day to all of the mothers in our audience. It's been an incredibly difficult year, and as a mother of a 2-year-old myself, I have come to learn it's such a beautiful thing, but also it can be very challenging. So we congratulate the Mother's Day of all the mothers today. So today we're going to talk about Ramadan. Again, a disclaimer, I am a physician. I'm not, I don't have formal training in religion or religious studies. So everything I present today will be, my own opinion. I did a little bit of research. I did read some articles and book chapters for the presentation today, but this is my understanding of Ramadan and how it is important for me. So Ramadan for me has three key concepts. First and foremost, spirituality, then physical wellness that comes with fasting, and the last one is the community and the social aspect of Ramadan. So spirituality, fasting is definitely number one throughout this month, thankfulness and prayers, and we'll talk about each of these. So fasting, I feel like the most commonly thought about thing is the fact that we're only fasting from food, right, with our mouth and with our stomach, and that is true that Muslims eat before sunrise and until sunset, and we do not drink water or we don't eat any food until sunset. But it's also fasting with your heart, with your mind, with your eyes and your ears. So it's a fasting with all of the organs in your body. And to clarify that a little bit, for example, it is fasting with your tongue too, meaning that you're not supposed to lie, but you're especially careful during this month. You're not supposed to backbite or gossip about anyone, but it is strictly forbidden in Ramadan. In addition, fasting with your eyes and ears, trying to protect, your eyes and ears from harmful sights or things that could be harmful to you, but also to the community as well. So fasting with your whole body and being in the intention of remaining pure. Prayers and worship. These two are also the key foundations of Ramadan. We believe that our holy book, Holy Scripture, Quran, was sent to us in this month. It was sent to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, by Angel Gabriel. And Muslims try to read the Quran and also contemplate throughout this month. And another key prayer for this month is Taraweeh prayers. This is actually a picture from a mosque during Ramadan, where obviously this is before COVID, where it was full with people coming to worship together. And this is a prayer that's after sunset. So after we break our fast, we go to the mosque and pray all together. You can pray at home too, but being in the mosque and being in that environment is very special. And generally throughout the whole month of Ramadan, the mosques are full. And I can't skip thankfulness. This is a very important part of Ramadan. I would like to share with you a quote from one of my favorite books, The Letters by Said Nursi. He says, fasting in Ramadan is the key to true, sincere, extensive, and universal thankfulness. I just love this sentence. I think the adjectives in the sentence has been very carefully chosen. The true, the sincere, the universal thankfulness. And he goes on to saying, for at other times of the year, most people whose circumstances are not difficult do not realize the value of many bounties, since they do not experience real hunger. If their stomachs are full, and especially if they are rich, they do not understand the degree of bounty present in a piece of dry bread. But when it is time to break the fast, the sense of taste testifies that the dry bread is a precious divine bounty in the eyes of the believer. And this goes along for water as well. I remember, one of the most difficult times that I fasted was during my medical school in southern Turkey in about 100-degree weather. I noticed how important one glass of cold water can be. So we talked a little bit about the spirituality of this month. Again, this is a very deep topic, but we only have so much time for this presentation. And as a physician, I really want to talk about the physical wellness part about fasting. So I think, the physical wellness with fasting comes in three different forms, health and maintenance of health, disease prevention and disease cure, but also aging and cognitive function. So I have to talk about this article. This is a beautiful article that was published in the New England Journal of Medicine. This is one of the most prestigious articles in medicine that talks about the effects of intermittent fasting on health, aging, and disease. So they talk about the health and physical function. They tested subjects for about 16 hours of fasting and noticed that in the long run, they had decreased fat tissue, but they were able to maintain normal muscle mass. In addition, for aging, fasting has been shown to improve short-term verbal memory, and it also helps in disease prevention. Intermittent fasting has been shown to improve blood pressure, resting heart rate, cholesterol, triglycerides, glucose, insulin, and even insulin resistance. Also, studies have showed improvement in asthma symptoms in patients who were obese who adhered to alternate day fasting. So is there any side effects of fasting? And I thought that it was interesting that they mentioned the number one side effect of fasting is hunger, which is pretty much a given. Also irritability. They also mentioned reduced ability to concentrate. But they said that these initial side effects of fasting usually disappear within a month. And from my own experience, I can tell you that the first 3 to 5 days of fasting can be a little bit challenging, especially if you're weaning yourself off of caffeine. But after the first week, it generally gets much better. You get used to it, and also I feel like towards the end of Ramadan, I feel more energetic than than I have felt before. So we talked about the physical part, and let's talk about the last part in community. So Ramadan for us is a very, very social event. It's like Christmas, it's like Hanukkah. Throughout the whole month, the meal is generally shared with your loved ones. And I feel that this is especially, especially beautiful because you have been fasting throughout the whole day, no water, no food, and you come together with your loved ones and you break your fast and you drink the first sip of water together. And that sort of deepens your relationship with your loved ones, your relatives, your family. So again, with COVID this year, things have been very challenging, but I remember my childhood, we used to have, someone invited to us almost every night, or we would go visit people a lot of the times. And also, we talked a little bit about the Taraweeh prayers. After dinner, after we broke our fast, we go to the mosque, and that's also another way for the community to come together and socialize. In addition to that, charity is extremely important in this month. I would like to share with you one saying of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He says that the best charity is that given in Ramadan. So Muslims all around the world will donate. There are a lot of clothing drives and food drives for people who are in need. Also, a lot of funding campaigns are held in Ramadan. So it's a great way because you feel the hunger and you feel the need. It's a great way to feel what others are experiencing and understand that they're in need and start giving. And I think those two, the community coming together in charity is pretty much that I wanted to talk about for the community section. And I want to share again with you this another saying from Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He says, whoever alleviates the need of a needy person, Allah, God, will alleviate his needs in this world and the hereafter. So I would like to conclude with this and say a big thank you to everyone who's joining tonight and Project Sanctus for inviting us over. And I hope you all enjoy your dinner as much as my daughter did enjoy her dinner. Thank you.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. How sweet is that? And what's her name? Her first name?
Nyla.
Nyla. Okay. So I didn't notice any specific questions. However, I was taking some notes, which I do with every speaker because there's always something new. There's always something new I hear. So a couple things that I one thing I was wondering about is when you, just a few minutes ago, you mentioned that sometimes the first few days of fasting can be a little challenging or a little bit difficult. Does having the so much community focus help relieve some of that? Just this is, I don't know. I just sometimes wonder that when, even if you don't talk about having a challenge, but just being with other people, does that help relieve some of that?
For sure, absolutely. Being busy, and being with people who are fasting with you definitely helps. I prefer the days that I'm busy in the hospital than to the days that I'm at home and don't have much going on. So keeping yourself busy, inviting others, and enjoying the day with them really helps for sure.
And then I had forgotten that it was the angel Gabriel.
Mhm.
And when I'm reminded of that, of course, it reminds me of how connected we really are, because it's the angel Gabriel that came to Mary, the mother of Jesus, to announce, that she would, be having this baby, and so I just really always appreciate when there's those connections that, and I know Mary has a whole chapter, in the Quran, which I think is just amazing. But I just really enjoy when those connections. Um, the other thing that I was wondering about was that quote you had from the letters by Said Nursi,
Mhm.
and about that it was like focusing. And I wrote too fast. I can't read my own handwriting. It was about focusing on something around the idea of focusing on what you have, and so then it's a good, and that's a lot. So for Ramadan, really focusing, on what you have. And then I thought to myself, and it's a good practice all year round. But what I wondered is, do you notice by really focusing on what you have in that I think it was part of the thankfulness, that it draws attention to how much you may have spent not giving thanks for what you have. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes, for sure. For sure. It's a great reminder. And so Ramadan is set 30 days in a year. And I feel like every time, there are 12 months in the lunar calendar. And I feel like every time it's a reset, it's a reset back to appreciating thankfulness every single year. Rather than it being, it could have been prescribed to us random 30 days, fast whenever you want, as long as you have these 30 days, within this year. But it wasn't like that. It's a special month because it's a really great way to reset your body, your mind, and the way that you think about, life.
Right. I really enjoyed when you broke it down into those three, spirituality, the physical, and the community. And since we do have a few minutes, we still have about 10 minutes till the call to Adhan, for prayer. I'm wondering and you made a comment about there's so much more you could say about the spirituality. Is there something more you'd like to say about that aspect?
Yes, for sure. I mean, there's so much to say. Again, there are books on this, articles on this, and it would probably take us, days and just to sit down and talk about it. But one of the, other things that I really like about this month is um, just being responsible only to God and knowing that He's watching you at all times.
Mm.
Meaning, I have a bottle full of cold water right now with me, and the door behind me is shut. My husband and daughter are outside; they're getting dinner tonight. And if I drink the sip of water and I turn off my camera, no one would know, right? Only the fact that if I do that, I know that God is watching me. So
Mm.
it's a great way of reminding ourselves that, we are connected to God at all times. There is no disconnect, there is no Wi Fi dysfunction here. We're connected to Him at all times, and He sees us, every single minute, every single second. So we're responsible to Him and only to Him, and it also, sort of strengthens our obedience.
Right, which is not a very popular word in the United States. Obedience or discipline, or we forget that we were talking about it the other night, this thing around instant gratification. And that's such a huge thing in our culture here in the US. Also, I also was thinking that that when you said that God is, nobody would know if with the doors closed and take a drink of water, nobody would know, but God is always watching. What I also thought too, and this is a little far afield, that even if someone didn't believe in God, I still know. Like like I saw myself take the drink of water, and I'm accountable to me for how I be in the world. Let's say even if I didn't believe in God or spirit or whatever word I use. And I mean, this is about Ramadan, but the spiritual principles, I think, are just so universal in some ways.
Yeah, I agree with you. That is very true. That is very true.
Yeah, who would know? And I'm like, well, I would know. Because I think it says something about our character, about who are you being and how are you being when no one is watching.
Right.
Yeah. So those were the other question I had was about when you had that picture up of everybody coming to pray. It was in the mosque, and it was after it was the last prayer, and the mosque was full. And I know for me, in my tradition, so I'm a unity minister, and unity is worldwide, but we were founded on prayer. Like the foundation of the unity movement is founded on prayer. And so when I saw that picture of all these people, and knowing that all over the world there's a billion people or more coming together to pray, does it have this might be an odd question, but does it like feel more powerful at times than when you're just by yourself praying?
It does, for sure. It really does. I am this year, I tried to attend a couple Tarawih prayers at our local mosque here in Dallas. And it's just such a, out of this world experience. It's beautiful. You've been fasting with all of these people, even though you weren't together, you were at different places. You break your fast and you come together to worship, and you dedicate your time because it's already been a difficult day for you, but you decide to dedicate your 30-40 minutes to God that afternoon and praying, even though it's not like shoulder to shoulder right now, it's always 6 feet apart. It was a very, very special experience for me.
Yeah, I bet. I would imagine it would be. When large groups come together for a common purpose, I think it's the potential for healing and for peace, and all those oceans of things that Ayub mentioned really seem more possible, I
Yeah,
guess, as people come together.
exactly.
Is there a childhood tradition around Ramadan that you've brought into your family, or your husband, a different tradition he had?
Childhood tradition. Probably it's around the food. I don't like to cook most of the time, but I try my best, throughout Ramadan to contribute something to the food on the table. So I have been, especially with my daughter, I try to, we've shifted sort of her nighttime routine for about an hour to accommodate for the iftars in Ramadan. So I try to make sure that she is with us on the iftar table, so that she also experiences the feeling of unity and being together and breaking the fast together.
And did your husband have any traditions or favorite foods that maybe weren't part of your? I just notice every time we have an iftar, I just notice the cultural differences or the family traditions or the food things, and I just really love the differences that meld when families come together.
Yes, I mean, his must-have is dates on the table.
Okay.
I like them, but I'm not, it's not a must for me. Water is for sure a must. And also, we love having the bread. Have you had the Ramazan pide, Kelly?
I don't think so.
It's a special pita bread that we make for Ramadan. So we try to have that on the table as well.
Yeah, when we're having community iftars again, I'll have to get, I'm sure someone would be more than happy to make that for me.
Yes, I am going to message to my friends in Kansas City. You'll have a lot of pitas tomorrow at your house.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, yeah, that's funny. That's really good. I know that when I was reading your bio that you were here in Kansas City for school,
Yes.
and now you're in Dallas. Is there any difference in Ramadan even between Kansas City or Dallas?
So Dallas is a much larger community.
Mm.
There are, I think, more than 30 mosques within the greater Dallas Fort Worth
Oh,
area.
okay.
So I feel like I really enjoyed my time in Kansas. It was a close-knit community, you know, and I knew everyone. I thought it was more intimate, but I also like experiencing you know, Ramadan here because like, especially like even on my street, there are people who have decorated their houses because there is a, you know, higher number of Muslim population.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that's for people that they discover about Ramadan, non-Muslim people that may not know a lot, is because there's this, you know, generally speaking, what people initial thing they know about Ramadan is that it's a month of fasting. And so for many people, there's this automatic assumption that that means it's a month of quiet and contemplation and you're fasting. So you have to, you know, just hold on to your energy and kind of, you know, and it was one of the, I mean, I learned it long ago, but I'm always fascinated and love hearing about, it's community and there's celebration and yeah.
Like in the streets in Istanbul, in little streets, there are people, you know, build big tables. So everyone in the street can come together and eat together. So it's not very quiet. It can be quite loud.
No, and Eid is just upon us, you know, is coming up. So and my first experience of that was, you know, house hopping, literally, you know, house hopping like for several days. And I'm like, I can't eat anymore.
That is very true. Yes. Yes. There goes all of the pounds that I've lost in Ramadan. Yes.
Right. Well, thank you very much. I know Ayub has a gift for you, and we have about 1 minute before it's the call to prayer here in Central Time Zone.
This is for you by our local artist, Yasin. Thank you so much for your talk.
That's very beautiful. That's very beautiful. Thank you very much. Very thoughtful.
We can digitally send it to you.
Yes, right.
Thank you. I would really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for your time and sharing of your experience and your knowledge. And Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
So it is the time for the call to prayer. I am going to share a video of imams, 6 different imams from around the world doing the call to prayer. And then after that, I will have a short world peace prayer from the faith tradition of pagan Wiccans. It's an earth-based tradition. And we've been doing interfaith prayers throughout Ramadan. Here's the call to Adhan.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
And so I offer this prayer for peace from the pagan Wiccan religion, which is an earth-based tradition. Deep within the still center of my being, may I find peace. Silently within the quiet of the grove, may I share peace. Gently and powerfully within the greater circle of humankind, may I radiate peace. May the peace of the goddess go in our hearts and the dance of the god enliven our days. And may we care for the earth and each other because our lives depend on it. May our intention be to empower the true light within that enables us to transform our lives, reach out to others, and heal our ailing earth. And so the fast is broken, and if you're in the central time zone, it's time to have your wonderful evening meal. And Ayub, you probably already had something to drink, perhaps?
Hopefully.
Off screen?
I'll get it, yeah.
Yeah.
So now we are connecting to Chicago. Gulshan family will be our host family. And I guess they are also celebrating Mother's Day in their home. Hello, how are you?
Hello, hello, how are you?
Good, good, good to see you. Thanks for having us in your home virtually. Although you won't be able to share your food with us, I saw that you were cooking or grilling, I guess.
Right.
But my parents-in-law live in Chicago, so when we come to Chicago, Kelly, you can join us. They will grill for us.
Definitely, please welcome.
Thank you, thank you. So why don't you briefly introduce yourself and talk about your own Ramadan experience, please?
Okay, annesi.
Okay, I'm Tülay Gulsu. I have 4 kids, my husband, and we moved here 5 years ago from Virginia area. And all kids are going to school, we are working, just a busy life, a regular American life here. And this year we had great Ramadan again, inshallah. And Ramadan means a lot to us for culturally, religiously, and personally. And we practiced all together. And it's almost ending, and kind of sad.
Right, just 3 days I guess left.
Yes,
Vera, you want to come
you know,
in?
it's more connection to God, to people, for ourselves. Just kind of.
Oh, you have a larger family,
Yeah.
bigger and
Yeah,
better.
this family today, so we will show you more people in time.
Vera? Yeah.
Yeah, they had to back the camera up a little bit so we could see everybody.
Exactly. No, I'm going to introduce all of them by one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is my daughter, Vera, number 3.
Bera?
Vera,
Hello, Bera.
yes.
Vera.
Vera is 13 years old. She goes 7th grade. And we have her cousin, Toprak. He also lives close by in Chicago. And then another cousin from her aunt, Numan. And the others are eating. I'm going to go there and show you them too.
Mhm.
Yeah, we are here. And I know your father-in-law very well, Atilla Abi, by the way. He's my good advisor. I love him so much.
Well, how fun is that?
Yes.
Just 20, 30 minutes away. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not even that much to my business. It's just walking distance.
oh, wow.
Because of this COVID, we have little distance now, but hopefully it's going to be over soon.
Yes.
Uh,
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
good. I
How
don't know
are you?
how much you know about Chicago. Chicago is still, the weather is very cold here.
Oh,
As you can see, I was grilling outside. I have my jacket on me. It's cold. Yeah, and like Hilai said, we are ending the Ramadan. It's kind of sad. And you know, it's something like you get used to a friend, and then all of a sudden the friend says, "I'm gonna leave you," and this friend is someone you love so much. Really, it's like same feeling.
That's
mean,
beautiful. That's beautiful. I've never heard it described that way.
I like the
Yeah,
analogy.
I like that.
Right. But the good things, we're gonna wait for another year. He says, "I'm gonna come back.
Yes,
I'm not leaving you for good."
good.
So yeah.
So how do you celebrate Ramadan in your community in Chicago?
In Chicago, mostly we try to invite each other as much as we can.
Mhm.
But because of the COVID, it's a little bit slowed down. But still, really, regardless, either we go somewhere or some friends come to us, because it's all about sharing Ramadan, as you know. The more you share, the more you enjoy.
True.
And I heard you also said some kind of drive-through. We also have, not every day, but some days we have drive-through in our community center too here. We get together as much as we can.
And Tarawih is good, right? Every night we pray Tarawih all together with our neighbors. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
You know what Tarawih is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Tarawih is after Isha.
Yep.
And in this neighborhood, since the mosque are community centers are closed, is not functioning like used to be. We have a big basement downstairs. We said, why not? As at least the neighborhood, we can get together and pray all together. That's what we try to do as much as we can again.
One or two family, not
Yeah. So yeah, this is, and today, coincidence, it's Mother's Day.
Mhm.
Happy Mother's Day to every one of you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah,
Thank you. You too.
we have 4 mothers right now in our house at this moment,
Wow.
including my wife's sister, our sister-in-law, and my wife Tilai's mother. So 4 mothers at the same time. We're here now.
You know, you reminded me, your analogy about Ramadan reminded me of a poem that I wrote. Kelly, may I share that?
Please do, Ayub. You haven't been sharing much of your poetry this month.
Yeah. My darling Ramadan. Ramadan is sometimes like a best friend whom you have a chance to see only once a year. You miss her when she leaves you. You love her unconditionally. No expectation. She whispers back at you, I love you too. Sometimes Ramadan is like your old parents. They may seem to be burden on you, but you never want them to leave you. My darling Ramadan.
Very good. Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't planning to share, but your
Ramadan whole feeling, right?
That
Everybody.
was wonderful. I didn't remember that one. I like that one. I'll have to go back to it.
yeah, it's 3 days left. Yeah, hard to believe.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm gonna share with
Yes.
family members what they are doing now. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, please,
Okay, let's
please
see.
do.
Yeah, let's see now. I'm gonna share that.
More the merrier. Yeah.
Yes.
So everyone, be ready. You guys gonna be live.
Everybody
Wow.
get ready. You're going to be live.
Everyone's gonna be live. This will be recorded. Stay on YouTube.
Yeah, no, hold on 1 second. Yeah, and
Very
this is a Ramadan cake. Do you see that?
Ooh, very nice.
This 100% made by my daughter. I just introduced Bera. She
Well
made
done,
the,
Bera.
Yeah, it says mom right here.
Oh,
And then
wow.
it's, yeah. And then as you can see, it's a little bit,
Hello, hello,
Hi, everybody.
everyone.
hi everybody.
Great family.
That is Ahmed, Osman's son. That's our great mom. She
Happy
lives in
Mother's Day.
Osman and with us. And my brother-in-law,
Hello.
Irfan. My son Burak is kind of shy. He's putting his head down. Burak, say hello.
Burak, we love you.
And then his cousin Hussein again, Toprak. My other youngest daughter Tuba. And then
Hello,
there
Tuba.
yeah. And then Numan, you met Numan.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is a big family. We are here with.
Yay.
Oh, where is Shenai? Shenai is gone. Okay. Shenai is running
Wow,
away.
I need to meet Shenai. Shenai is my sister's name.
That's fine.
The what? I'm sorry.
Shenai is the name of my sister, so I want to meet Shenai. Who the Shenai is?
Oh my God, Shenai. Shenai is our
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.
How are you? Ramadan Mubarak to you. You too. Tuesdays.
Yes, yes.
Nice to meet you also.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, bye. everyone.
I don't know if you have seen ever a great big family together like this before,
I love it.
but this is the joy of Ramadan. We come
Yeah.
together.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
Thank God. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
sorry
Thank you
about
so
that.
much for having us in your home.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having us. You are doing great show every night. So
Yeah. I mean, you're working really in harmony, which is beautiful to see. It's like an interfaith dialogue to know each other, to build the bridges in between.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
you're
we,
Yeah.
the world really need this.
Yes.
This
So like Ayub Bey said, if you ever in Chicago area, Kelly, your friends, whoever they are, please, you have a home in Chicago.
absolutely. Thank you very much. Absolutely.
So much.
Yeah, I have invitations. I now have invitations from around the world. So
You're famous now.
and I don't take those lightly. And when I get somewhere, I absolutely will be taking people up on it.
we will be happy, more than happy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your doing for us for the Ramadan committee. It's
You're very, very welcome. It's my honor and privilege.
Now, we are flying to the Netherlands.
Okay.
Ferhat, Cevdet, and Bushra.
Okay, let's
We are
connect.
hosts. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, Cevdet is up. Hello, Cevdet. How are you?
I edit his name to the screen. You see?
Yes, we see your name, Cevdet. How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you awake?
Yeah, he has his smiley face. He's 6 years old. See, I know all about you, Cevdet.
Yeah, this is the sahur time in Netherlands. Actually, it's finished now. He really likes sahur. He likes to eating at the middle of the night.
Oh,
What's your favorite food?
What's your favorite food? You can say.
He's thinking.
I don't know.
You don't.
would you like chocolate, maybe?
He has long list.
There's a lot. I was just gonna say he likes everything, probably.
Yeah.
Do you have something favorite about Ramadan? Something special you really like about the month of Ramadan?
Can come like that. Yeah.
What do you like the most?
Do you want to say something?
About balloons, maybe?
That's okay. I'm putting him on the spot. Favorite about? Yeah, he's shy.
Maybe later he can share.
That's so. Do you either of you have a favorite food or something really special or family tradition about Ramadan?
Actually, we don't have tradition. But I try to cook more special things during the Ramadan. Normally, and in dinner, I don't prefer to cook three different things. But during the Ramadan, I try to cook soup and one meal and the rice or pasta and the dessert at the end. So we try to make more special, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
there, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, we are a young family, and we are trying to set our tradition. And in time, I guess we will have a tradition. And
Yeah.
I guess the first thing will be Büşra's meals, dinners. That will be the first thing.
Did you have, is the, so how long have you been living in the Netherlands?
Actually, it is our first year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where did you move from?
And we were living in Thailand, in Bangkok,
Okay.
for 4 years. And this is our first year and first Ramadan in Netherlands.
So I know it's COVID and it's, things are really different, kind of shut down. But is there a difference between Thailand, Ramadan in Thailand versus the Netherlands? Because I know there's cultural differences sometimes.
Actually, as you said, this is our first year, and because of the COVID, we didn't have too much chance to compare the difference between them. But I think the main difference, there are more Muslim people in Thailand, and there are mosques, and you can hear the azan at the iftar. But in Netherlands, we don't have this chance, and every time we are checking the time, and every time we are not sure this is the correct time or not. So it's a kind of dilemma here.
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to add anything?
Yeah. In terms of maybe weather, it was so hot in Thailand.
Yes.
Yeah, it was shorter. Yeah. Then, but in the Netherlands, it's pretty cold, which makes it a little bit easier to have Ramadan maybe.
Yeah, in Netherlands, the duration is longer than Thailand, but in Thailand, it was, I think, the most difficult Ramadan for us for 4 years. Yeah, because it's really, really hot. And after after 12 p.m., you don't feel any water inside your body.
Oh, yeah. Well, and when it's really humid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that. Would you like to say something?
Yes, you can say it.
I'm gonna show.
Okay, he wants to share something.
He wants to what?
Yeah, okay. He wants to show something.
Okay.
Come, Jadis.
I make this for my mom.
Oh, it says I love mama.
Yeah.
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 It's romantic.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wait, hold that up again. Hold that a little bit higher. Yeah, go up a little bit. Oh, look, you were weaving paper. Oh, that's beautiful.
He prepared this one for the Mother's Day at the school.
Yeah.
Yes, for me.
Well done. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So anything else special about the month for you?
I made something else also in the school.
No, it's about the
About
Ramadan. Do you want to
Ramadan.
tell anything?
Would you like to talk about your balloons?
Yeah, do you want to talk about your balloon?
I can help you with that. Yeah, he has 30 balloons, and every day he pops one after one prayer with us. And when he pops it, there is a paper, small one, and there's a gift for him. Yeah.
Oh.
What gifts do you have, Janet?
Yeah. What gifts have you gotten?
There's so much paper.
Balloons.
Generally, he prefers to get toys or chocolates. Yeah, sometimes he doesn't like it, and then he said, "Can I do it again?"
Oh, he wants to pop another balloon. Yeah. Wait, I don't like this present. I want a new one. Yeah.
And we just try to want to show him, because we believe that when you pray, you get a gift for the other words. So it's a kind of make more concrete for him, because it's very abstract for them, this kind of things. So we are trying to teach or show something like that.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Ayub is back. He was having some internet difficulties.
Kelly, yeah. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my screen got frozen. I was able to hear you. I connected through my iPhone as well, but I was able to listen to the whole conversation. Oh. So you said you have been in Netherlands for a year, right? Did I get it right? Yeah. So how do you celebrate Ramadan over there? I guess you were there mainly during COVID time, so you may not have any community dinner, but
I mean, I can also compare the last year of Thailand and the first year of Netherlands, because last year was the same COVID time in Thailand. Here it is the first year, but COVID time again. As you know, there are two aspects of Ramadan. One is the social one, where you interact with people. As Miss Melike, bless you, Miss Melike said about this social part. Last 2 years is a little bit different. We are all, it's all about the individual part. Individual means maybe in your family also. Of course, there are disadvantages of COVID, but we had something special these 2 years. Bishra, would you like to say something about that?
Yeah, before the pandemic, we were working and we had really busy lives, and we couldn't find enough time to focus ourselves and focus our self-development during the Ramadan. And we really experienced the social part of the Ramadan, but maybe we missed some point in this aspect of this month. And this pandemic, yeah, it's really bad things during these 2 years, but also it's a maybe kind of advantage to understand yourself, your belief, and which kind of life do you wanna live, and your mistakes, your weakness, and also we have chance to spend with our son more. And I think we turned the advantage parts, and we really enjoy together, and also we know each other more than the other times.
that's true. That's pretty true. So thank you so much, Jevdet. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Since because of your sacrifice, we have this for you. Are you able to read it?
It's so beautiful. Jada, this is your name. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yes, I am gonna send this to you. And we have a separate one for Ferhat.
Yeah.
This for you. And can we have Gulshan family back? I forgot to show theirs.
Yeah, everybody can turn their cameras back on.
And also, Kenny, do you have another home in Netherlands? And if you visit this country, please come.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I haven't been to the Netherlands, so I would. I've been to several countries in Europe, but not the Netherlands. So absolutely.
Yes.
Oh,
this is for Gulshan family.
We don't know anywhere now.
That's okay.
that was very kind of you. Thank you.
We are gonna send this to you as well. Oh my gosh, Kelly. Are we coming to the end?
We are.
Yeah.
Dr.
Today's the last day, huh?
I mean, for us, the last event, the final virtual Ramadan gathering. It's so sad. But I can't believe actually we have had 15 virtual gatherings, Ramadan gatherings.
And people from 28 different countries.
Yes.
I find that amazing.
28 different countries, 9 women speakers, 9 Black speakers, families, kids from not just United States, from Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya.
Yeah, Tajikistan.
Those 28 countries, yeah, includes Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, France, Belgium,
Costa Rica,
Canada, Costa Rica. The Costa Rica one was very unique as well. A Christian family joined with a Muslim family. So it's been a true pleasure, true honor to be with you all. as it's been tradition for us, we don't like to say bye-bye. So we want to say see you again. When? May 14th, virtual Eid celebration. What is Eid, Kelly? The 3 day of celebration that comes right after Ramadan. If you were to ask me why are we celebrating these Eids, maybe 10 years ago or 12 years ago, I had no answer. To find the answer, I Googled. Living in the US, I guess, helped me and many of my friends to learn more about our own faith, Islam. Because, Ramadan 30 day, Eid comes. What is it? Is it like Yabba Dabba Do time? No, it is extending thanks to God Almighty that God gave us health and patience to be able to fast for 30 days in a row. So sometimes we, I guess, say, oh, it's easy to fast, but not really. Honestly, it is not that easy to be able to concentrate and be able to fast for 30 days. But it is not a piece of cake. But when you think about people who do not have access to a piece of cake, then you feel this empathy because we have the choice of fasting. It is part of our faith, but also we have the choice to fast. Unlike millions of people who have to go to bed hungry, who are forced to fast as they cannot find food or water. Even today's world, we feel so honored when we do a fundraising for a water well campaign in Africa. So that means there are still people who are having hard time to access clean water. So virtual Eid celebration, May 14th, Friday, 7 to 8:15 Central Time. We are gonna have live music by Sufi artists Malika and Clark Jameson. A 12-year-old kid from living in Kansas City, Nihal will share her music with us. And we will have Muslim families from Kyrgyzstan, Russia, a couple, an interracial marriage actually, a Turkish-Russian couple will join us, a family from Wichita, and we are gonna play videos of kids from all around the world, including Albania, Russia, South Africa, Tajikistan, United States, and also families from different countries. I guess that's pretty much it is for today.
Well, thank you, everyone. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you. Happy Ramadan.
Thank you. Thank you. Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you. Nice
Bye
meeting you
bye.
all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's done. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is it still streaming?
It's yes. Now I am.
Now, goodbye.
Bye-bye.